If you have 30 years paying into Social Security, 30 years, no wet penalty applies. It doesn't matter what your UK state pension is. You've got 30 years or more paying into Social Security, there's going to be no wet applied. If you have less than 20 years paying into Social Security, so more than 10, less than 20, more than 10 because you need 10 just to qualify, less than 20, maximum WEP is going to apply, maximum wet penalty. And that's going to be either 6,690 right now, or 50% of the value of your state pension, whichever's lower.
Right, probably about that one. Right.
Usually, it's going to be this. I think we talked before. The maximum state pension you can get is like 12 grand a year based on current exchange rate. Yeah. So half of that is 6 grand. Usually, it's going to be lower because people have been outside the US not working, outside the UK not working. Okay, so it's going to be, so really there is a maximum it can be, but for our intents and purposes, usually it's 50% of your state pension.
Okay. Significant that.
It's significant, yeah.
It's $4,000 or $5,000 a year is a holiday.
Yeah,
it's worth prior planning to work that out. Does that then run contrary? And sorry if you're about to say this, but because we are in previous podcasts we have advised topping up your UK state pension.
Well, let me just finish this, and then I can just touch on that. So, so that's maximum work's going to apply at 20 years. Between 20 and 30, there's a sliding scale. So the closer you get to 30 years, the less the wet penalty is going to be. So if you think about it, it's going to be, for most people, the maximum it's going to be is half your state pension entitlement, UK state pension entitlement. If you have more than 30 years, it's going to be nothing. And if it's the closer you are to 30 years, the less it's going to be.
Okay.
There are calculators available. You can go on. We can do that. You can do that. But just as a rule of thumb. So to your point, I still think paying into state pension, I think we did talk about this in our last podcast. I still think it's worth it. Because the cost of, well, first of all, assuming you already qualify for a state pension, the most you're going to lose from WEP is half of it. So why wouldn't, you'd be crazy not to claim it to lose half of it.
Yeah.
If someone offered me, if my entitlement was 6 grand a year from the state pension, and I could either not take it or receive 3 grand, I'll receive 3 grand, thanks.
Yeah. Some people do ask that though. I do see that.
Yeah.
Posted out on forums like, should I just not get my UK state pension then?
But then the question that's more relevant is, should I top up? And I tend to think you should. Again, it's life expectancy gamble, but the economics of paying into the state pension are such that, yes, you have to live longer to be in the money, but not that much longer. So go back to our other podcasts and blog if you want to know more about that. But I still think it's still worth it. And of course, the closer you get to that 30-year line in the sand, the better, the lower it's going to be.